Yeah, I said it. Angel Beats is overrated as fuck. It does not deserve to be lauded as highly as it is. But I understand why people like Angel Beats, okay? I'm not calling it a bad show, just that, well, it's not fantastic either. Though it does several things exceptionally well, chiefly among them being presentation. This anime gets all the style points. The music fucks. The opening stuck in our heads. The visuals left me awestruck. And that's kind of an exaggeration, but you get my point. This is a show about teenagers shooting guns and wearing snazzy uniforms and being all tactical. That is a cool premise. I just wish Angel Beats did a better job delivering on that premise. Believe it or not, Angel Beats is not a masterpiece. It has problems. It messes up as early as the first scene, which was almost phenomenal, to be fair.
Where am I? What happened?
You up yet?
I mean, just look at that. We get a pretty girl with an even prettier gun. That's how you hook an audience. It does that really well. And then we get a step backwards. This was actually tragic. You show us the intervention, the funny no-scope sniper rifle, and it never goes bang. What the hell? And it would be so easy to do this right. Something like this. Hey, you're awake. Excuse me for one moment. Oh god, that just pissed her off. I know I'm being pedantic. Most people don't care about one tiny, inoffensive exposition dump. We get a second one minutes later.
Religion is just something human beings made up on their own. Now listen carefully.
Angel Beats is carried so hard by its presentation that I think people forget this stuff. Well, I'm here to remind you. So if you really like this anime, well.
残念だよ白人
I have a question. For God.
What's good, Nyuka?
This guy, Otonashi, is dead. He is in purgatory, which looks suspiciously similar to a Japanese high school. May or may not be social commentary. He joins a paramilitary group called the Afterlife Battlefront, led by this girl, Yuri. All of them are dead too, and not too keen on possibly getting reborn and having to do it all over again. Their objective is to take control of purgatory, rendering it a paradise for their lost souls. Okay, so how do they do that? Well, apparently not by going to class and being a goody two-shoes. That'll get you obliterated, which is this show's way of killing characters off. Nobody knows if you get reincarnated or go to heaven, but again, the goal is to stay. So, the Battlefront has to act very naughty to anchor themselves in purgatory. They laze around in class, if they attend at all. They shoot guns a lot, that's pretty disruptive. And they have sex in the gym storage closet. Okay, the last one doesn't actually happen in the anime. I played her body like an oh my god, what the fuck kind of dialogue? But whenever they cause general chaos, they're met by this girl, Angel, who doesn't like when they misbehave. The Battlefront has guns and manpower, but Angel has anime superpowers. Ouch. Thus, the basic formula of the show goes as follows. Yuri devises a scheme to cause some kind of mischief around school, and dispatches her men in this quasi-tactical, LARPy manner. Angel may or may not be aware of their machinations, and if she is, and pursues them, she walks at them very slowly. These missions of Yuri's, these operations though, they have some issues. Take, for example, the first in episode 1. Yuri wants to break in Otonashi the Fresh Blood with a straightforward mission involving stealing meal tickets from the student body. To accomplish this, their diversion unit, a girl band, hosts a guerrilla concert in the atrium. It's brazenly against school rules and bound to get Angel's attention. So, Battlefront members are stationed outside in key positions to watch for her and open fire on sight. Really just stalling for time since she's nigh bulletproof. With that in mind, where do you put the new guy to help him learn the ropes? How close to the atrium and around how many veteran members? Go on, pause the video and think about it. If you answered with close and several, congratulations! You're a better field commander than Yuri. Otonashi is stationed alone with a pea shooter he's untrained with. This is not how you treat beginners. Angel, of course, approaches via this obvious weak link, and gets pretty close to infiltrating the concert before the rest of the members meet the now fleeing Otonashi.
Let's go somewhere open.
You already are.
We should attack while we retreat.
Retreat to where? She's at your doorstep. Nothing is phasing Angel, not even this AT-4, but the operation soon succeeds. Yuri had these industrial fans set up so they'd blow the students' meal tickets out of the now open atrium windows. It's kinda clever, albeit inefficient. Otonashi being left on his own was not very smart, but whatever. What I really don't understand is why this operation was so overt. If the goal is free shit, there are easier, sneakier ways to go about getting it. It is kinda silly that the diversion unit is holding a concert at the target location. That's not how diversions work. Perhaps I'm underselling the importance of not attracting Little Miss Forcefield's attention. Dying doesn't stick in purgatory, but still hurts, and it's messy. That's a lot of goddamn blood someone's gonna have to clean up. That's a lot of ammo you burn through for zero effect on target. What happens when you run out of bullets?
Our stockpile of gunpowder is mostly depleted.
Our weakness is that we're morons.
The next operation is easily the second dumbest part of the show. As it were, the Afterlife Battlefront has a supplier and manufacturer of munitions on payroll. Secreted away underground, this group is known as the Guild, and I'm going to ignore how impossibly massive their location is. Yuri leads the main group underground, and immediately there's a problem. Yuri called ahead to have the anti-angel traps disabled, and well, they're not. It's a problem because the traps are also effective against regular people. Since they were reactivated, Angel has likely breached the passage. Not this entrance, evidently. Must have gone through a back door. The battlefront continues on, losing members to these traps until only Yuri and Otonashi arrive at the guild, with Angel closing in. Now, I have to ask because it sounds like nobody knew Angel had gotten down there, which makes me wonder, why hasn't Yuri assigned someone to spy on her at all times? Like, for example, this literal ninja on your team? And also, did Yuri not think to have at least one guy guarding each entrance to the guild? Just to have someone who could report if Angel was breaking in? This location seems a tad important.
If she overtook the guild, we'd lose our weapon supplies.
Hey look! She's overtaking the guild!
We're scrapping this place.
Huh? No way!
The battlefront was low on ammo, and now they're low on explosives too. But it's okay, guys, the gunsmiths can move back to an old location. Sans all their equipment and material, all the stuff you need to make guns. Yuri's about to say some really dumb shit to justify this.
As long as you know the mechanics and how to replicate them, you don't need any real materials.
What?
You can make it from dirt.
Please shut the fuck up. The other operations aren't all that notable. In episode 3, they break into Angel's dorm room. In episode 4, they play baseball completely normally. I'm not sure what that one accomplishes. You might have been wondering why Purgatory is a seemingly normal high school. I'm wondering the same thing. We never see if there's like a barrier at the edge of the grounds or something. If this is all of Purgatory, it feels kinda small, no? Even more so when Yuri tells Otonashi all these regular students we're seeing aren't real people. In her words, they are NPCs.
They're NPCs.
In 2010, so she's not referencing the meme. They are literal robots. At this point, I came to the alarming realization that Angel Beats is technically an isekai. We hear video game terms like this, the main character woke up in a new world, and there's even magic, kinda. The point is, I'm docking some. Isekai sucks no matter where it's present. The last operation is in episode 5, and it's also the most successful because this is when the battlefront defeats Angel. She is defanged after this episode. Yes, the footage is related. The battlefront fakes her test scores, banking on none of the faculty questioning why top of her class student council president Angel suddenly turned in shit. Probably because they're NPCs. So she's demoted from president to normal student, and that stops her from pursuing the Afterlife Battlefront? How? Nigga, she get depressed?
That loss of face will cause some serious mental damage.
Oh, I guess she did. I couldn't tell. Going forward, Angel is no longer the bad guy. But don't worry, the vice president, Ayato, takes over, and he's a lot more interesting an antagonist. Unlike Angel, Ayato proactively suppresses the battlefront's activities. He doesn't wait for them to act up before hypnotizing a bunch of their members to gun each other down. He has hypnosis, by the way, also using it to try mind-fucking Yuri in this weirdly suggestive shot that might make the viewer as wet as she is. This guy's kind of a threat. The writers must have realized the show was becoming too interesting. Not even an episode after his introduction, Ayato is also gutted. Otonashi hits him with a classic anime speech, so he gives up. We are now 6 episodes through this 12-episode run, and 2 separate main antagonists have been pacified. It's not looking good. In fact, Ayato joins the battlefront after this. They've gained members, which I will admit was the right call. One of the strong suits of Angel Beats is its cast. They're all incredibly goofy and chaotic, like they're hopped up on placebos. Except this guy, who might actually be on crack.
Hey, yo, check this out.
Today we're talking about how to spot a meth addict.
I, for one, find this sort of ensemble entertaining, especially when they're balanced by quieter, more realistic characters like Iwasawa. It's basically just her and Otonashi keeping the show grounded and somewhat believable. Sure would be a shame if she got killed off really early on. That would throw off the cast's group dynamic. Iwasawa is obliterated in episode 3. And I can't understand why it had to be her instead of one of these overly abundant monkeys. This was Angel Beats basically saying yes, characters can still get killed off, lest the audience loses interest because, I don't know, the stakes are non-existent. They are so low, the main antagonist doesn't do shit, and eventually gives up. So does her replacement. There is no central conflict right now. There is so little urgency in the plot that episode 7 is a fishing episode. There is a giant fish in the river, inexplicably. Angel's there and helps them, somewhat explicably. When people call Angel Beats a masterpiece, I don't think they remember this shit. And I know those die-hard fans will say, are you forgetting that Otonashi also doesn't remember shit because he has amnesia, and the first part of episode 7 is dedicated to uncovering his tragic backstory? No, but I wish I could. Amnesia as a plot device is not clever, it is not interesting, it is lazy and boring. But let's talk about those backstories. They suck, with and without amnesia. The problem is they are excessive. Excessively sad, excessively grainy and sepia-y. With excessively sappy music, Angel Beats loves to bathe in reverb. Yuri's past is the most egregious. Her brother and sisters were killed in a home robbery and she was the only survivor. That's nice and all, but the show lays this on thick in episode 2? That's kind of early. I don't know you, Yuri. I don't give a fuck about your dead siblings. And of course, the most realistic backstory belongs to Iwasawa, who continues to be the most grounded character Angel Beats killed off in episode 3. If you couldn't tell, she was my favorite, and I'm not happy. I'm also not happy about what comes next.